Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. Our group will explain about Adat Perpatih and how it benefit on gender.
Bertemu kembali. Adat Perpatih sinonim dengan adat masyarakat di Negeri Sembilan.
Dalam memastikan adat yang berasal dari tanah Minangkabau itu terus dipraktikkan, satu pesta memperkenalkan amalan dan peraturan hidup masyarakat Negeri Sembilan diadakan di Laman Gentam Kuala Pilah baru-baru ini. Menurut Ketua Sekretariat Pesta Adat Perpatih, Datuk Zaki Said, pesta yang berlangsung 2 hari itu menampilkan pelbagai aktiviti, antaranya pameran dan demonstrasi.
Salah satu pada tujuannya, ramai anak-anak buah ni tak tahu kehadiran ataupun adanya adat Perpatih tersebut. Dan mereka ini, ibu bapa mereka adalah penyokong ataupun pendukung adat Perpatih ini. Tapi anak-anak mereka tak tahu.
Dengan penganjuran pesta adat Perpatih ini juga, golongan pemimpin adat khususnya dapat memberi peredahan kepada masyarakat tentang perkara asas dalam amalan adat itu. Antara yang menarik perhatian ialah peranan dan keunikan Ibu Soko, jawatan adat khusus untuk golongan wanita.
Sebenarnya dalam adat Perpatih ini, apabila kita mengadakan oleh kampung, oleh beradat seperti majlis perkahwinan, perkara-perkara yang utama ialah membentangkan alat kebesaran seperti atas rumah. Kita kena bentang tabir lelangit, tabir lingkung, tilam pandak, kita ada tepak sirih dan sebagainya. Kerana ini adalah merupakan asas kepada sistem adat Perpatih.
Kalau ada majlis kahwin, Ibu Soko buat peranan untuk memasang semua tabir-tabir ini. Dia mengarahkan anak-anak buah dia memasang semua tabir ini, dan tabir lelangit, tabir panjang dan tabir segala. Dan untuk santapan pula, untuk hidangan untuk datuk-datuk, dia akan menyediakan juga alat-alat makanan yang beradat.
Selain mengetengahkan pengetahuan mengenai adat Perpatih, makanan tradisi masyarakat Negeri Sembilan juga diperkenalkan, antaranya penganan cair atau lebih dikenali sebagai dodol.
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is HANANI binti SHAMSUDIN and I will explain briefly about what is Adat Perpatih. Negeri Sembilan has an interesting and unique history. From the cultural and political aspect, the native of Negeri Sembilan practice Adat Perpatih. In Peninsular Malaysia, Adat Perpatih is only practiced in Negeri Sembilan, Naning Melaka, and the Minangkabau population in Kampung Lukut, Kota Tinggi, Johor. The division of customs in Negeri Sembilan basically depends on the location. Areas far from the sea such as Jelebu, Jempol, Kuala Pilah, Tampin, Rembau and Seremban were Adat Perpatih regions. Meanwhile, the Malays who live on the coastal area like Port Dickson practiced Adat Temenggung. According to the law of Adat Perpatih Minang, inheritance must be inherited to women. Until now, Adat Perpatih plays an important role in the Negeri Sembilan administrative system, which includes the aspects of the appointment of leaders at all levels, property ownership, the application of personality values, family and community values that are the vital parts of Negeri Sembilan as negeri beradat.
Adat Perpatih is a type of customary law that found in Malaysia that reflect the people traditional practice. So Adat Perpatih was originated from the land of Minangkabau, Sumatra, that founded by a Minang leader named Sultan Balun, who held the title of Datuk Perpatih Nasa Batang. So it was carried to Negeri Sembilan by immigrants who were mostly farmers at that time, who arrived in Negeri Sembilan around the 12th century. So the Adat Perpatih custom is passed down from generation to generation, and essentially this custom is best Malay state obtained from the Minangkabau society system, as it is cover all aspects. So it's address a variety of issue in community life, such as the inheritance, the election of leader, marriage law, community practice, and also the system of punishings for those who violate custom or commit offence, and a variety of other issues. So each rule has a rationale or reason for its occurrence, and it's in this adat it's benefit more in women because women rights were incorporated into ancestral properties, and they will be entrusted with the tribe property. So the Adat Perpatih differ from any other adat that favor the men's side because it is material and believe that women deserve to inherit properties and land more than men because they are the one who carry the tribe bloods, and this is due to the fact that women are the one who carry and give birth to the tribe member, and the ancestral properties were placed under the control of women in order to protect their right if men abandon them after divorce. But however, the property jointly acquired by husband and wife during the subsistence of marriage is still divided accordance using the Islamic law. And in Perpatih democratic tradition, they are split power from the bottom up, which is starting from perut, bapa, and also undang. And the selection of the chairman is done with the approval of the head being at every stage. For example, perut will choose bapa, while bapa will choose the lembaga. Next, the lembaga will choose the undang, and undang will choose yang di-Pertuan Besar. So Negeri Sembilan is the only state in Malaysia that has two democratic system, which is the federal or state constitution, and another is Adat Perpatih democracy. So before the advent of the parliamentary democracy system, following Malaya independence in 1967, Perpatih customary democracy has been used for a long time. And what is clear is that the system for appointing ruler in Negeri Sembilan is not same as the system for appointing ruler or rulers or sultan in other peninsula state. So the Yang di-Pertuan Besar of Negeri Sembilan is appointed through the Adat Perpatih democratic system.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is SYAIRAH binti HASAN. Now I will explain a little bit on the relation between Adat Perpatih and urban development. Okay, on this part, Adat Perpatih always been known as the matrilineal customs, which differ from the usual customs that have been practiced in most of the states in the country, which is Adat Temenggung. This will portray the speciality of Adat Perpatih that has been practiced mostly in Negeri Sembilan, which is the only state that practice this custom. This custom originates from the migration of a group of Minangkabau in West Sumatra, Indonesia, to this country in 100 years before, which it believes it's from custom of Bodi Kanyago that have been practiced in Minangkabau, Sumatra. However, in the process of adapting the new custom into this country, specifically in Negeri Sembilan, the custom is slightly different from the original original custom of Minangkabau. Is applied accordingly to the local custom in the state, which is called Adat Benar. Even though this custom is different from the majority custom that apply in this country, it still gives benefits to the country, especially in social, economic, and politics, because this custom have applied a comprehensive in every group of community that can be participated in the system of administration, like the ownership of property, appointment of leaders, and application of personal family and societal values in the district, which is called as luar, where it become the main role in ensuring the strength of the Negeri Sembilan. Now we move to second subtopic. Is that true that girls get more benefits than boys in a marriage? Okay, in Adat Perpatih, women will gain more benefits than men since this custom applied matrilineal concept, because Adat Perpatih is more concerned on the woman's right as to protect and respect them, because for them, women play an important role to shape the next generation, as they have the responsibility of being a mother. In marriage, a man who is the husband will move to stay with his mother and wife house. The person who is the husband that stays at the mother-in-law house just for sleeping at night is called as orang semenda bertandang. And while the husband who stayed on his wife or mother-in-law land and worked on it, called as orang semenda menetap. And the third category is orang semenda bebas, which means the husband and wife stay on the land that they look by themselves. According to Kuwahara, around 50% of the families in the village are implementing the matrilocal concept, as the husband moves in staying with the mother-in-law and his wife. And there's also scholar mentioned that before a couple is married, they must get approval from Ibu Soko, and once it has been approved, then they can proceed to get married. And not only that, this state also practice in Adat Perpatih also include that they must be married with a person that have a different suku, as it aims to have an integrated suku. So the relationship between the suku will be improved, happy and harmony, and the social bonding can be expanded more. The husband also must work to support his family. However, when a divorce occurs, the person who must leave the house must be the man, not the woman, and children will stay with their mother. This shows that Adat Perpatih is very concerned about the woman's life to ensure that this gender will always be protected and their life guaranteed. Because for Adat Perpatih views, men can survive by their own self, not like the woman.
Is it true that girls get more benefits than boys in harta pusaka? Let's check it out.
Antara sebab-sebabnya kenapa tanah tersebut diberikan kepada anak perempuan pada zaman dahulu, kita semua tahulah lelaki disarankan untuk keluar daripada kawasan mencari kekayaan, memburu dan berperang. So bila si suami dan anak lelaki tiada di kawasan tanah tersebut, so yang ada hanyalah isteri dan anak-anak yang menjaga tanah. So bila lelaki dah tak ada, yelah kita tak tahu kan ajal kita mungkin pergi tak kembali si lelaki. So bila tanah tu tak ada nama, kita takut nanti tiba-tiba orang luar datang mengaku itu tanah dia. Jadi nenek moyang kita ni bijak, dia dah fikir plan dia, dah fikir secara strategi terhadap tanah tersebut. Kepada lelaki, janganlah risau, tak ada harta korang pun kami ambil. Harta yang diambil ialah harta sepencarian, atau yang kita panggil dalam Islam ialah nafkah. Dan dalam Islam juga, harta adat pusaka ni sebenarnya kita lebih kenali sebagai wakaf. Wakaf harta yang telah dinamakan awal-awal dan diwariskan kepada pewaris, iaitu anak-anak perempuan lah. So tanah yang dimiliki oleh ayah bolehlah diberikan kepada anak lelaki.
Property is something that a person owns while he or she is alive. When he dies, the property will become an inheritance. Inheritance is the deceased estate, which include land, money, shares and properties in the form of goods such as gold, houses, cars and other items. Property in Adat Perpatih is classified into 4 types. That is customary inheritance, bearer property, found property, and husband search property. When the property owner dies, all of these properties will be inherited. This is based on Mahir Daniel 2008. Okay. According to Hans Dieter Evers, who studied the Minangkabau inheritance land system, the concept of inheritance can be divided into two types. That is high inheritance and low inheritance. A high estate is property that has been owned by women for more than one generation, whereas a low estate is a property that has not yet been inherited. After it is passed down to the daughters, this property will be worth a lot of money. Men can only inherit position in a tribe and benefits from customary inheritance. Next, in Adat Perpatih, the gift of inheritance means tanah adat. This tanah adat is land that a family inherited from their ancestor. This customary land is given to women solely to preserve the honor and dignity of the women of Adat Perpatih. This is to ensure the woman will not squat or sell their dignity or to survive, no matter how poor or destitute she is. She already has land or paddy fields to work as a breadwinner if she returns to her village. While the son is considered stronger and understands the importance of continuing to strive for survival. Okay. This shows that women will get more benefits than men in harta pusaka because this custom really took care of their women. Other than that, according to Prof. Dr. Nur Asmah Othman, lecturer of Faculty of Education Entrepreneurship, University Kebangsaan Malaysia (UKM), she stated that the Minangkabau community emphasized Adat Perpatih as a measure to protect women's faith, particularly when it comes to inheritance distributions. She also added that women receive a large part of inheritance than men because their welfare is protected and does not require hope from others, especially spouse. This community hold the philosophy of harta pusaka turun-temurun kepada anak. Tiada anak waris ikrab, tiada waris ikrab waris bersanak. Tiada waris bersanak terpulang kepada suku, to be held in the matter of division of property. And we can say that women of Adat Perpatih get more benefits in the division of property than men. This is because this Adat protect their woman's life and also her descendant.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is FATEN Ameera Yanna binti Muhammad SAILAN and I'm going to explain to you about gender issues and urban community. So, gender issues is not something new. According to an historian, Gerda Lerner, she found that gender issue has already established in Middle Eastern societies by the 2nd century BCE, which is before Common Era. There are various cases that have happened involving these issues, but people seem to ignore it. Issues such as uneven access to education, lack of employment equality, and lack of political representation seems to increase along with the rapid urbanization. Many people enjoy various things about living in city. I cannot deny that. They love things such as local coffee shops and restaurants, attending cultural events, and meeting people with diverse backgrounds. But even though living in the metropolis can be exciting, there are some downsides. Compared to rural residents, people that living in urban areas are 21% more likely to have anxiety disorders and 39% more likely to have mood disorders. A 2017 meta-analysis trusted source also found that rate of people that having mental health conditions such as PTSD, anger management problem, and generalized anxiety disorders problem were higher among those people that living in urban areas rather than people that living in rural areas. So, what is the relation between urban community and gender issues? So, when urban areas develop rapidly, people from rural areas will try to come to urban areas because they think that there are a lot of opportunities in urban area that they could grab in order to improve themselves. However, issues such as employment inequality makes it hard for women to achieve their dream. Besides, women that live in urban area also face issues such as domestic violence, and issues like this makes women will put a lot of stress on women. So let me show you an example of domestic violence that usually happen in the cities because men think that women need to serve them, although women also have job. So let's get to it. I'm home.
Oh, honey, you're home. Let me prepare your food.
Why can't you prepare the food earlier? You know that I will be back at this time. Do you know how hard it is to earn money?
I'm sorry. I'm working too. I know it's hard to work.
I don't care. When you are at home, you need to fulfill all of my needs. So, can you see that gender inequality is something that we need to be addressed accordingly. The mentality of people that men go to work, women need to do the housework such as taking care of the child, taking care of the husband, and taking care of the house need to be changed. Yes, women need to do that, but women also have the opportunity to try and achieve their dream. Nowadays, women have multiple responsibilities and their journey could be seen as more complicated than men. Cities should be built with the participation from women, so it could help in improving the spatial organization and also improve the cities for everyone, including marginalized groups and men. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is ESTERIANA HANANI. My metric number is 20198049 and 34. Okay, here I will tell you about the recommendation to spread the knowledge of matrilineal custom, or as known as FATEN. In the modernization era, the view and knowledge of matrilineal custom was getting outdated among the Malaysians. The recommendation to spread the matrilineal custom is by publishing the Book of Matrilineal Custom. According to the MSTA 2010, yang di-Pertuan Besar of Negeri Sembilan, Tuanku Mukris Ibni Harmahum Tuanku Munawir said that Adat Perpatih should be preserved and maintained because it contains the value and poor teaching as a guide to life to a peaceful and independent country. Apart from that, the effort to publish the matrilineal custom book or any form of documentation through the support of the parties involved in Adat Perpatih will ensure that it continue to be superior for the next generation. The publishing of matrilineal custom book must be together with the knowledge of luak-luak and the undang of Negeri Sembilan as an addition to scientific material in related field. Therefore, the knowledge of matrilineal custom should be preserved and maintained through the publication of book because it contains moral and value as a guide for life.
In conclusion, Adat Perpatih practiced in some districts in Kuala Pilah is a local rule and law that should not be stigmatized. Alternatively, it should be seen as a uniqueness and privilege that needs to be preserved for the benefit of society, especially among women. Its characteristics that are similar to the concept of wakaf prescribed in Islam make it a form of custom that is also united to the religion of Islam. However, the practice needs to be monitored and well organized so that there is no element of injustice to any party or loss to the society, especially when these customary lands are left and not well managed as a result of disagreement of its people. Biar mati anak, jangan mati adat is a form of justice that must be applied to all members of society who have committed wrongdoing. The customs referred to here are laws and regulations. This shows that the law or custom is very important in life. The provision of the existing law should be complied with and made improvements so that the implementation of this customary land provides benefits and advantages to all parties.